Pros are idiots.
They're behind the meta,
They aren't playing in Russian pub.
That is
like
true.
the meta is totally different.
It is different.
He's playing on ping.
Oh, that's why he has to go for these big items. He can't kick
All
a glimmer
yeah,
or
of course.
Enough
Golems
about my
play the game.
horrible
Yeah, quick off.
experiences no one gives a shit about. Let's talk about these fantastic teams. Now, first off, in our draft, already, we've got some good ones. Faceless Void and Phoenix, pretty standard combo. Little bit of bowl, little bit of egg. See if we can get some scrambles.
From what I've seen, Team Empire basically play the kind of standard current meta. You know, the Phoenixes, the Venomancers, the Dooms, things like that, with the occasional odd pick. Whereas Cyberium, I should say Cyberium Seed.
Seed, of course.
Of course.
Please, this is the sister team, the second team of Cyberium.
The second team.
Yes.
The one that actually qualifies for things. They will pick techies, they'll pick Brew, they pick Timber, Zeus. You know, they pick these kind of obscure heroes. We should call, I guess, cheese heroes.
I mean,
not so obscure.
Centaur, is that a cheese hero? I haven't seen a lot of Centaur.
It complements the potential cheese, not seed. Oof, the cheese that can appear later on.
They might complement this potential seed, indeed.
Yeah, it's so a good one. But I think both of these teams, I think the issue, or the thing we have to be aware of is this is very much a tier 2.5 type game. And at this tier, you see them gravitate heavily towards meta. So this is why we're not really seeing anything too crazy in terms of draft. And it will just look very generic. When you watch those Immortal Division games, that's when you see drafts open up and be creative.
How strange. You would think that the lower levels would have more room to experiment because they have such little...
They're weak and fragile and
My
don't understand.
God. What happened during the group stage? I thought you would have a love for these teams. Apparently you hate all of them.
It was a very long group stage. They had their chances to prove, like, you know, Empire they did something, right? But no, Cyberium Seed, unfortunately, they were the bottom half. They were a little bit better than 5 comrades, and they also had like a 0-20 Enchantress in most games. So
wow,
it was wild.
Well, speaking of Enchantress, here she goes. We'll see if it's a not 20 in this one. Team Empire. What do you guys think of Enchantress? That's a hero that we haven't specifically talked about on my panels.
Fundamentally, it is a lane securer that can always have some purpose in the game. You think about the tankiness of the hero and how you have to value obtaining vision throughout the game indirectly. So Enchantress as a hero, after laning phase, you can always be that one running up into high grounds. How you've got creeps as well. So yeah, it's overall just a very complementing pick for most drafts.
It's basically, to me, the way I see Enchantress, it's like Shen basically, except without the healing. And then you have this added, she can run in and be a frontline tank. If you go for that build, I think as a 5, you have to itemize towards it, or you can go for the right-clicking build. And that's always cool to have that choice, where you can either scale and be a right-clicker, or also kind of scale and be a frontline tank. Yeah. Like the ability to choose that depending on the enemy team's draft is always nice, but it is also player preference.
Also the fact that you have the level creep, like you don't actually have to think about creep levels when you're Enchantress, you just kind of pick up and go, right? Chen's like,
pretty nice.
Okay, RNG boy, am I going to get my little frost? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, well, I'm now a creep in lane 2.
Yeah.
Oracle picked up as well. Very popular pick for, your top tier teams. And then your rising tier 2 stars. Why is that hero so popular? Is it straight up heals, or I hear it's mostly about the the purging, the debuff
the purge is good. Honestly, in this particular game, it's good against the Void. It's good against the Phoenix. You can save somebody in the Chronosphere. You can put the magic immunity on. There's the Phoenix Egg that's going to do all the magic damage. Obviously, you're going to protect from that. But I just think generally, Oracle counters a lot of the meta. You have Doom, you have Void. All right, that's a manly boy. That's interesting picking that into Oracle, because Oracle just purges the battle hunger like you were talking about.
Yes.
So they really value this in this game.
It really depends on what you're thinking about in terms of the game, because we saw yesterday how Secret and I think Liquid as well were both doing the creep skipping. Even though they got the change to creep aggro pool, they were still getting their position forward to grab it just before it went on the tower.
Right.
So there is potential they don't care about the battle hunger strategy and they just play for this skip.
It's hard against Oracle though, like 120 damage nuke, and
it depends on the situation, because also you have the argument of if they use the hunger, Oracle has to defensively purge himself, right? So then you're not being aggressive.
This is true.
So
it's like, true. Yeah.
I use mana, you use mana, but I'm not taking damage. I still get to skip.
Right. Leave it at level 1. This is what I was concerned about though. Is just the fact that there's the carry counter pick, and I think Troll with an Oracle will do particularly well in dealing with the creep skip.
Yo, I don't want to disagree with my analyst here, but Hex is a pretty hype pick in this, in my opinion. You got Oracle trying to save somebody with False Promise. Culling Blade goes through that. Troll's greatest strength, not being able to die with his ult. You can Culling Blade through that. I mean, Seems to me like it's good. Am I stupid here?
No, not really. You're doing well.
Well,
Thanks.
The thing with Troll against these like blade mail, I'm gonna kill you with your own damage heroes. Is if he just presses R as you jump on him, he just kills you because he lifesteals like a satanic, right? So that's always a problem. But you are right. Like if Axe is ahead and if the other heroes are helping you out in that matchup, like the ult is not as effective. But it's a double-edged sword.
I see. It's a skill-based game here, but overall, I'm pretty excited with the picks that we have here. Empire has this big team fight, a lot of damage, a lot of aggression, which will be fun. And then you can see the Seed team, of course, a little bit of a different one. No big team fight, mostly just heroes.
So they kind of have like conflicting lineups in the sense that Cyberium are going to play for strong lanes because they have Troll Oracle, very strong, Rupert Centaur, very strong. In the team fight, they always have mechanisms to get out of the team fight. They have Stampede, they have Oracle ult, they have Rubik to, maybe chuck in a couple spells here and there. Still a Chrono, so they have the ways to deal with this team fight. And it's honestly looking pretty enjoyable for both drafts. With the Axe point, I was just going to say how you have so many ways to start a fight. The Axe doesn't feel pressured to start, go onto the Troll. He can wait.
That's true.
And they have so many avenues to find the Oracle or to find this Troll.
Like he can be in and out, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
So the way that I see this is it's just a big game of cat and mouse. It's you have one team, like you said, that can get in and out of fights, and the question is, can Cyberium actually pressure when these spells are off cooldown, or on cooldown, I should say, from Empire, and then can Empire actually avoid them? Empire, the thing is, like, even if you have a Faceless Void on your team, you're fighting around this Chronosphere, if you have enough of a lead, you don't need Chronosphere.
That's true.
And so, I suppose, in that respect, it comes down to lanes. Like, how do the lanes go?
I'm a big fan of Cyberium's draft, honestly. I think early on, their laning phase is very strong, and they have such clean timings of, if we buy, let's say, drums plus one item on Troll, DP has levels, enabled by Oracle, it's so easy to move from objective to objective. Empire, they all rely on items and like their early damage, even if they get level 6s. What's the Chrono damage? What does Axe do? Nothing. Ench normally goes for heal and the enchant. Phoenix, sure, minimal damage. Like Empire are going to be very much on the back foot. They don't have good wave clear, and they can't take early fights. So I think Cyberium right now are honestly big drivers in this draft.
I feel like with a Void, you probably go for Impetus in this game. Like
I would hope so, yeah.
I don't see Enchantress being able to tank through like all of the bursts. You have DP ulti, you have Oracle burst. I feel like going to tank build on Enchantress in this game is almost griefing. Like you'd have to have such a lead to the point where you don't even need somebody to
this
tank
is the Divine Division
with that
so
lead.
They are here for a reason. Expect not.
True.
I was just going to throw some shade for no reason.
Take it easy,
You sound so traumatized. I can hear like the shakiness in your voice when
I've been watching this
you're
for a
talking
week.
about these teams.
I've been, I worked the qualifiers. I then get put back in the room. Don't come out yet. Divine Games come back on. All right, T, we need you again. It's like, no. It's like, I don't want to watch this. Oh, and they pick Quap. That's fair. That's right.
Quap. Okay, you know what? They banned out the Storm Spirit because, of course, they were worried about like that somebody that could get in there and disrupt this kind of, as you said, way to get out style. Now they pick up Quap, big burst damage. Looks like with that draft, EGB has decided that we are in favor of Team Empire. Governor, what do you decree in this city?
If I was a betting man, I would probably be going for Cyberium. I think Empire tried to just win 1 out of 3 lanes with this Quap pick, and I think it might fall a little bit flat. Yeah. But the players on Empire are technically better, so do you prefer better players or better draft?
Ooh, Jenkins?
I would go with Empire just because I feel like at this tier 2 level of Dota, it's not always fast enough to abuse these long cooldowns, and I think that Empire's draft is really easy when they have their cooldowns up. I think the ease of execution of the draft is incredibly high, and these are some pretty broken heroes right now. Phoenix Void, like the spells do a lot of damage when they have them up, so I would go with Empire.
Okay. Well, what about... I do want to bring up one final thing, and that is silence in this game. They did last pick that Death Prophet, which has a pretty great AoE silence. A lot of big heroes on Team Empire that are affected by that. You got a Phoenix, a Void, an Axe, a Quap.
Yeah.
Is that...
It's a high win rate hero, too.
Yeah.
It's like 58% win rate in pro level pubs.
Yeah.
You also buy Yules, which naturally does work against Axe, so I'm going to go with Cyberium Seed, just so we have a conflicting panel.
All right, that's what I want to hear. Yeah. Conflicting is what we're all about here today as we see these teams go head-to-head. And who better to conflict in your cast than our 2 wonderful casters? It is Lacoste and OD. Play nice, boys.
Thank you very much, Slacks. Yeah, so there should be a bit of fun. We've got Empire versus Cyberium Seed. I mean, Lukosh, you were sort of saying to me beforehand, you kind of rate this lineup of Empire. You say they've done some impressive things for you. They dropped a little split from the panel in terms of who they think's out on top. What do you reckon?
I'd still go with Empire. Like, they have a couple of broken heroes right now. They have Faceless Void, they have Phoenix, they have the best egg protectors in the game. Once again, Faceless Void, you have Axe on top of that, Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave pushback, so it's pretty easy to execute strat. And they also have Shachlo standing in. He was not, I believe, playing during the group stage, so
yes,
qualifiers.
I'm in and out of some of the players that the viewers may or may not recognise. You know, Shachlo's name is definitely going to be one that, you know, he's been for a lot of squads and some pretty decent level squads as well, Shachlo, over the past. So we'll see what they can do here as we get ourselves into the action, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of Empire versus Cyberium Seed. And there we have Shachlo, of course, taking the axe to the top lane. Will be supported by... Well, we'll call him as he wants to be. We're going to call him So Bad if he wants to tag up like that. So Bad on the Phoenix. We'll see if his plays are so bad or if they're so good.
If you see someone named So Bad, like, what do you think? That sounds...
It's a very negative mindset,
yeah.
You know? He's not really helping the team.
I can sense 10 minutes in, he's going to have that Shadow Amulet if things are not going well.
What would make you think that? I mean,
or if someone has, you know, PMA or positive mental attitude.
Yeah, why is it not so good? You know, just a nice little change to his name can make all the difference for his teammates. But we'll see. Maybe the aggression is there. And maybe it's him calling, you know, he's sort of just putting out the message to his enemies. You know, he's not so bad. He's calling them so bad.
Or Phoenix is so bad. I don't think that's the
maybe
case.
he's flaming the hero.
Why does Enchantress look like Crystal Maiden? What's going on?
What do you mean?
Like with the set, she looks completely different.
Oh, I haven't seen
the
it.
Portrait at the bottom.
I'll have to check that out when we go down to the bottom lane. Where... Oh yeah, you're right. What is that set? That's amazing.
I wouldn't call it amazing, but I mean,
it's like
that's a different
she's a totally
hero.
different animal. It's like a sheep rather than a deer.
Maybe we should not start with the animals. Yesterday, you spread a lot of lies when we were talking about Navi's career, Weasel turning into, what did you say, a
parrot?
I
found out it turns into a crow. I mean,
okay.
It's a bird. No, it wasn't too far off the mark. But looking at some of these lanes, mid lane, Lightless is Quap against the Mastermind, Death Prophet. Who wins this matchup? Quap or the DP?
Queen of Pain can't just, you know, jump on that Prophet, so I think it's going to be like pretty even. Queen of Pain will start harassing. Also, Queen of Pain, if you use Spirit Siphon aggressively on her, she's just going to blink away and break it. So I don't think we're going to see too much happening. Queen of Pain, great hero against that Prophet. You have that burst, but you need level 6 to kill her. I don't think there's going to be a kill on the mid lane unless like both of these players like want to prove something.
Knop. Oh. Sal taken off him straight away. It's going to have to be a bit of a walk to base. Does still have the tangos, but very, very low on that Enchantress as he gets harassed right back by Smart Grip. Now on the Rubik. Again, not sure that's his correct tag. There's not someone called Smart Grip on Cyberium Seed, is there? But that's what he wants to be called today. Oh, he's going to get it.
Lil Pleb, this is the nickname I love.
Lil Pleb?
Yeah, not just a pleb, Lil Pleb.
A Lil Pleb.
I'm not sure if he's implying that Lil is pleb, or what.
Or he is.
Or he is a Lil Pleb, yeah.
No, they're very sort of cryptic, these names. A lot of things to work out. How are we looking on the CS at the moment? Nothing too wild happening. Everybody's farming. A little better by the looks of it for Cyberium Seed. The Troll's in a bit of a better state than the Void down on the bottom half.
Top lane, it's really tough for Empire. They have Fiery Spirits, they have Battle Hunger, which can be dispelled easily by Oracle. But still, they're putting a lot of pressure to this lane. You can see both of them using Healing Salve and Tangos just to regen up. Now So Bad, even though he's not, he's gonna pull the creep wave to the side.
Let's see if they can force him out here. I mean, hard to deal with. They're both pretty tanky.
Actually, need to be careful.
If they can get the hold on Shachlo, go for this one. They get the slow with the axes. There's the vision. to land the root out. Shashlo's going to try and run very low. We'll start to salve up those into the shadows, and we'll get that salve off, so Shashlo will be fine. Gets himself back up to pretty much full HP.
Usually when you're playing Axe, you want to put multiple points in Battle Hunger. I don't think that's the case.
They're going to go again, actually. They find him, he steps back in, and this time they'll kill him off. Cyberium killing Shashlo there.
He could have just, you know, ran back through the threes. No need to die, and we're going to have another kill. Cyberium Seed, so far, so good.
Yeah, starting to get the action going on these side lanes.
We have OG Seed, we have Cyberium Seed. What's the Cyberium original squad?
I don't know. I mean, is there a Cyberium original squad? I mean, I imagine there must be, right?
I mean, we would probably heard about them, right?
I don't know. I'd imagine there must be. There must be another Cyberium. Maybe not, maybe, you know, they just sort of settled with the Seed as the name for their primary team. Why not? On top. I mean, as we're seeing, just a little player being saved every time.
Oh, that's a nice rune for Quap. Bottle. Okay, he's not gonna wait. Bottle was just being delivered, but too far away, would lose some of the XP.
Yeah, and they had the ward down there. Cyberium Seed, so Mastermind would have been able to force him to pick it up before that bottle gets delivered.
What do you think about Queen of Pain Arcana? Like, whenever she's hitting in a melee range, it looks like she's a melee hero.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
It's cool if you're playing Queen of Pain. If we're playing against it, it kind of looks...
having these multiple different attack animations.
Looks OP, yeah.
I mean, do you think sort of psychologically as a high-level player in these mid matchups, that definitely does have an impact? Having that melee,
sure.
Yeah. It can throw you off. Well, again, this bottom lane, Eknar, that's 2 times now that he has gone down here.
It's a lot of burst damage, and the Centaur Warrunner, if you look at his build, like he's cosplaying Sauron. Actually has 4 rings.
He does. This is beautiful.
Is he gonna eat? Oh, if he eats that tank, I swear to God, no, he's not. Okay.
You're gonna say you don't need to when you got 4 rings.
14 regeneration per second. And this is the kind of a build that we see more often coming in from a Centaur, like not getting that retaliate, just going for the burst build.
Yeah, I mean, ever since they took the active away from Retaliate, it's just, you know, a good player, if you're skilling Retaliate, you just don't hit him, lol.
Yeah.
And then the spell is useless. So.
It depends on the situation. Like in yesterday's game where we had Liquid against Team Secret, there was Centaur against AM. He was maxing it out because he's not going to have mana in that lane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's probably the one exception I would imagine where we would see it skilled up against an anti-mage. Yeah, for sure. With the courier, but still Empire not able to find any kills. Oh, dude, do you like that as well? You see at the top under the Empire tag, there's, you know, people with the banners.
Yeah,
there's 2 people in the world watching right now with the Empire banner. That's very rare. So
Back in
shout
my
out to
days. You know,
they're listening. Hopefully they're listening.
These numbers were much, much bigger.
Yeah,
2016 Empire, but now 2 gods. I mean, this could be worth a lot of money. You know, that token or whatever it's called.
What is it you need? It was the banners. Was it from whatever TI it was? One of the early ones, right? TI.
You could buy. I think you could buy it as well.
If you're listening, someone go to the Steam market, buy the Empire banner, and we'll see if that 2 changes to a 3. So there's your job, and yeah, that's Gaben. No need to thank me for encouraging the sales. Somebody buy an Empire banner. Are they worth it? What's the prices on those nowadays?
Some are still worth it, like $1 or $2. The rest is just 0.03.
When that game was out, I think there was a card where there was 200 versions of it in the market. I was like, I'm going to buy all 200 and then relist them, and then no one bought them. At least the card was only worth a few cents. But that was the last I ever did in terms of economics and market.
If you don't have any money on your Steam account, take your mom's card. Just kidding.
Do not.
Do not do that.
Take the cost instead, you know. 3-0. Still very close. Nobody's sort of losing lanes at the moment. Everybody's farming. Even with those kills that Cyberium Seed had, you can see that all 3 cores of Empire doing just okay. Let's see what they're going to get going on this top lane. They're going to come in with the rotation of the Rubik. Smart grip, ready to look to see if he can get a grab. He's going to look over towards Sobad. There's the telekinesis. Do they have enough damage? They do. The burst between the three of them works out.
That's what Rubik is good.
Yeah, he's making some good plays so far. Fair few kills being set up by Smart Grip. 3-0-0. He is ready to carry.
Securing those kills with the Fade Bolt. Queen of Pain, she needs to make a rotation. She tried to make one. Now back on the bottom lane. Oh,
they used
Speedy.
Yeah, they dropped the Chrono to attempt for that as well. Just didn't have the damage to kill off Sam in that Chronosphere. Still, yeah, yet to see the rotations from the Quap. Right, this is level 7.
Whenever I see Queen of Pain and Faceless Void on the same team, I think, how many times are they gonna use Chronosphere and the Sonic Wave? Let's call it a combo where you push
them out.
Yeah.
It definitely happens. Top lane. We'll find the call in onto Little Player, but is he gonna get any sort of help? He's not. There's the dunk from Shashlo.
Apparently, Slacks is smarter than our analysts.
Yeah, he said
he was
the axe will
talking
be
about
good.
it.
Slacks knew what was up. Shashlo, the first to get a bit of blood going in favor of Empire. Smiling Knight has moved up to the top lane.
Yeah, he understands that the bottom lane is just completely gone. DP makes a rotation. With her ulti, the tower's gonna fall for sure, so instead he just TPs to the top lane. Oh, he's going for Hand of Midas. Double Raid Band, Magic Wand. Like, if you want to get a Magic Wand and the Raid Band, I still think you stop at 1 and then go for Hand of Midas. Like, you don't necessarily need to get, like, 2.
Yeah, I think but definitely nowadays with Wraith Band just not being what it used to be, right?
I still feel like Raid Band right now is the best out of 3.
Well,
in the previous patch, yeah, the Bracer was the best because of the magic resistance.
Around the mid lane, Empire very much looking to fight here. I've got 4 of them looking at this.
That's a lot of overtime damage.
Gonna try and dive in, and already on top of him. Sonic Waves out as well onto the 3 of them. Jump forward with the Scream. They gotta get the kill on the Death Prophet. Puba not quite able to save him. He's also maybe gonna lose his courier here. Eknart can't quite get the last touch onto it, but they putting the pressure in on mid. Shashlo just sort of leading the charge here. They are going to try and turn onto Shashlo now as he steps a little too far forward there, trying to farm the creep wave behind the tower.
I think he forgot that in this game he does not have a Vanguard Hood 10 minutes in. A bit overextension, I would say. He just needs to farm his Blink Dagger. Like, they don't have the best way of initiating. You have Phoenix and Enchantress as your position 4 and 5, so you need to have like an earlier Blink Dagger.
Time is money.
Back to the farm game, especially so for Smiling Knight. Needs to get that Midas online as soon as possible so we can match the farm, the pace that this Troll's going to be able to bring. As Little Pleb, what's his progress look like? Gonna go for the phase into the defusal this game. So, wanting to fight, wanting to get active with the team.
Okay, like usually when you're playing against Axe, you want to get or Faceless Void, status resistance, and tankiness, so you can't be blown up. And the Berserker's call to be less time. I mean, the Defusal is fine, also to 1 degree. Like, Faceless Void does not like his mana burn. Same goes for Axe and Queen of Pain. They have very limited mana pool. Not talking about Qua, but these 2 other heroes, you know, can use spells once or twice in a team fight. That's it.
Cyberium Seed there, trying to invade the jungle of Empire. Shashlo. It's going to be okay. They're keeping their eyes on mid, see if they get the wraparound onto the Queen of Pain. They've got the open up, straight back into the Hoof Stomp and the Silence. Again, this Rubik setting up kill after kill after kill. And now, look towards Eknart. He has got the heal going, and Mastermind's looking elsewhere. He's trying to run down Sobad, but Sobad has his 6. Not a kill that this Death Prophet could go for alone.
Our banner count's still on 2.
Yeah,
so
nobody
it
bought
like
him.
It's pretty expensive, or
It might be a collector's item.
Yeah, it could be. Pretty even game in terms of net worth. Like less than 1k gold lead at the moment, 12 minutes in. Faceless Void about to finish his Hand of Midas. Seems like they're just waiting, Axe, to get his Blink Dagger, then they have a form of initiation, setting things up, and the way of defending the egg. Like, it's gonna be very hard for Cyberium to actually kill the egg. None of these heroes except Troll, are good at actually hitting it.
Yeah, and even at that, as you look at the draft, there's just so many ways that Empire can fight around that egg and protect it. And Shashlight very close to the blink, so that'll be the next pickup that allows Empire to start getting a bit more active in return. But the yours is done on the Death Prophet, so already having that very nice way of dealing with heroes like the Axe jumping in, as long as he's not the one to get caught in the call. And mid lane, and see if they can get maybe the setup onto So Bad. Here we go, yours into the stomp, and that'll do it. Very nice catch. Smiling Knight is in though with a 3-man Chrono. There's going to be a buyback from the Phoenix, trying to head over. The Sonic Wave does hit onto the 3 of them, but the false promise is there just in time onto Sam. They pop the Stampy, the stolen Sonic Wave from this Rubik Smart Grip. He's just styling on them. The Rune's there onto the Void. They're going to be able to kill him as well. The Supernova is successful. It stunned the 4 of them, but again, the damage just isn't there to kill anyone on Cyberium. They're all alive. They're chasing this down. They've got the Yules onto So Bad. They're going to be able to claim a dieback from him. Shashlo will be able to at least clean up the Oracle kill behind the tower, but that is it. Cyberium with these fights, and again, I'm going to have to look up this Rubik's name, because his name isn't Smart Grip, I know that. Did you remember what his name was?
Not really, but
what
he
is
definitely
the star of the
well.
show. I've got to look this up.
He was, wanting to steal the Chronosphere, but it was landed on him, and the Queen of Pain also needs to be careful. Like, she needs to use a spell right after using Sonic Wave. That's a lot of AoE pure damage with the pushback, of course.
So, I believe his name is Biker.
Biker?
If this is the correct roster and they're not playing with a stand-in. So Biker, also the captain. I mean, and he's playing like the captain right now, Biker. Very, very strong plays. Top. Little pleb. And Pubba. I'll try for Eknart, but that maxed heal. They've got to have burst if they want to try for that sort of kill. And there is backup from Empire here, so Cyberium going to be a little wary. They do have the high ground, though. Have to watch out for Shashlo being able to get in with the blink.
When we watch these teams, you know that the team fight execution is not going to be as good when you're watching OG, Team Secret, Liquid. So there's going to be some mistakes made in the game, which other team could punish, like giving away Sonic Wave there. There's going to be a problem.
Shashlo, he tried to jump in, but he instantly got lifted by Biker. Shashlo now having to run. Should be able to make it away unless Sam wants to go in with another blink. He's got it again in a couple of seconds. There it is. He's in. Gets the catch. Gets the kill.
Centaur's insane at dealing a serious amount of damage in a short period of time, especially when he gets that hood. Doesn't care too much about using double edge constantly. Another Sonic Wave.
Why not?
Just using it, I have it.
And tell you what, that initial burst off the Sonic Wave brought Eknart low enough that they were able to get in and blow him up anyway. Now this mid-tier 1 tower starting to fall. Smiling Knight's got the Chronosphere back up. So is Midas. Only going to be able to find a small camp to pop it on though. And his build, just going for the Midas into the Manta. As we saw, Troll has his Diffusal. Cyberium more than happy to fight, and absolutely going to be holding on to this mid-tier 1 tower, making sure that Empire aren't available to push in. And there we go, Lacoste.
Oh,
they've just doubled the fan base. Up to 4 there, so shout out to the people who did buy a banner.
So it actually is doable.
It is doable.
Yep, you can buy it.
Yeah, I'll take a check in the post, Gaben, for my split share of those sales. But well done, and
I don't want my share. I just want content to be released. Give us the Arcana.
Very honorable of you.
Give us Immortal Treasure 3. Nah, he's not gonna go for it.
No,
did not want to overextend.
He might be dead for this. They have a Chrono. If they want to drop it, they will. They'll make sure they get this kill. No chance for the Troll to pop his Battle Trance whilst he's high HP. Off to mid like this. Quickly out with the blink. Sam actually gets the opener onto the Enchantress. Stampede as well. They've got the burst.
That's quite a lot damage. Purifying Flames, Crypt Swarm, and Centaur's double edge. Tower is gonna fall. Seems like they do not want to defend it. The vision is very limited for the Dire team. Right now, they only have one observer board.
Yeah, just this, one useful one at least in their own jungle. That one around mid. Just really doing an extension of the mid tower. And Roshan's up. I mean, just need to do it. Cyberium, they could pop the Ghost and go for this. They're going to do so. They're going to go in.
It's a level 2 ulti, the Ghost double. So it's a lot of damage. And I see,
spotted.
Look at the build on that Prophet, Owen. He's going for actual Guardian Greaves, have a way of dispelling things.
Okay.
The second thing, and just the great synergy between that and Oracle ulti.
Well, we'll see if Empire want to do something about this. As I say, they had the wards down. They don't have the Chrono. They do have the Call and the Supernova, but Shashlo, he's not moving over in time. So Cyberium, they're going to get away with this. Just walking into the Roche entirely underneath Empire's vision, but Empire just not having the Chronosphere, feeling that they couldn't do anything to stop it.
Empire should try to take a fight. They know there's no Dead Prophet ulti, so smoke into pick-off, possibly try to get the Aegis off, and the Chronosphere will be up once again in like 25 to 30 seconds. 50? Okay, make it 50. Best I could do was 25.
Let's see if they do something with that.
I did the math, in advance.
Very quickly.
No, the team fight's gonna last for 25 seconds, the pick-off, and then they're gonna have another 25 seconds. That's what I was, thinking, just didn't say it properly.
Top. Shashlo is going to get the jump on the backlines. We'll be able to find the Oracle, but the save there. Samsam comes in with a Hoostone, keeps his Oracle alive. They turn, they blow up the Queen of Pain. Now the battle charge, Little Pleb committing onto Eknar, chasing down this Enchantress. He's got the heal off. Is it enough to keep him safe? The stick charges pop. Little Pleb, could he quite finish off this kill? He's struggling. Samsam comes in with a double edge, but the Nature's Attendants are too strong. Eknar's able to walk away.
Magic Wand plus Raindrop, keeping Enchantress alive, but right now, they did exactly what they expected them to do, but the execution was just not there. Bounty runes spawning, no one's going for the bottom or the right bounty runes. Mastermind will get the double damage, not the best rune you can get on that Prophet.
Oh!
Here's the Chrono.
Do they have the damage with that Sunray? They're certainly burning through the Centaur. They turn over towards the Rubik. They'll be able to find him as well. Smiling Knight coming in with that Chrono. Cyberium just not ready for that one. Easy couple of kills for Empire to pick up as Cyberium stick around, a little too split up.
There's still long cooldowns on both teams. Actually, one on both teams where you have that Prophet ulti and the Chronosphere. So whoever uses one, the other team should try to make a move and punish it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, so Lotus Orb on that Prophet instead. She can remove the Fire Spirits, Battle Hunger, a lot of those spells. Man, Axe, he needs to be careful, and he definitely needs BKB.
Yeah, he's dying incredibly quickly to the nukes, and obviously with this Troll, this very early Diffusal Blade build-up, they have no problem killing him at all. See a bit of a chase down the mid. Blink is available on Lightless as well as the Yules, so unlikely that Mastermind's going to be able to do anything to set up on him. This co-op should be safe. So far, Cyberium, see, they do have the net worth lead there. They've been looking pretty hot so far. I mean, I think it was T-Gov who did say on the panel that he did prefer the draft of Cyberium, and the draft does seem to be playing out quite nicely. They're killing these heroes that, as you say, you just can't really afford to die in the front lines, like this Axe. Shashlo is getting killed pretty reliably.
This is the third time he died like that, so his BKB timing is going to be delayed. He has a Blade Mail. They can still get the pickoffs. I believe that's Axe. On the ground. Dead.
Dead. Oh, no. Some beautiful shots here as we sweep through the trees. What's going on over here? Some fires? What is that?
Looks like Underlord. I don't know who that is.
Wait, what is that? Is it a courier? Oh, it's
What is it?
Was it a Centaur? I think it was Centaur with some weird, cosmetic, wasn't it? Very funky.
I'm not sure, Owen. Yeah. Oh, these are just, couple of bodies, Tomato and his younger brother.
Oh, it was Troll. Yeah, he had a weird thing on his back and he looked incredibly purple. Yeah, there we go. Back in.
Oh, these are the ghost neutral creeps.
Always the most annoying small camp to kill. Unless you have, unless you have nukes. It's taking that a little bit longer with that slow they apply. It's never really worth it, you know. Don't get anything for those small camps. The beautiful sounds of Meepo.
I think most people just muted those sounds now.
Yeah,
like it was
otherwise,
fun
yeah.
the first like 30 minutes when you try to play it, and then you just please give us mute button.
Yeah, I didn't realize people had sort of stopped playing them, so I started to think I was a bit of a god at the game. You know, I'd always win. I mean, every game
'Cause no one was
it would come
playing
up. I didn't know that.
We should have a TI for these games.
We could. Well, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Apologies again for the pause. Hopefully things will be able to get underway pretty soon.
A little bit of Kale always happens, even to the best ones. You know, you have great internet, but sometimes it's not your fault. Someone's doing something.
Yeah, the internet, it's, you know, we take it for granted. No.
Back in my days.
Back in my days, it was telephone wires and, well, it was steel cans with a piece of string between them. You couldn't play Dota 2 through that.
Yeah, if you were on the internet, someone picks up the phone, the line breaks, no internet for you.
Oh, yeah. And made that beautiful sound when you were connected as well.
Yeah, that's the sound.
That's the sound. When you hear that, you know it's getting good. You're like, right, we're nearly in. When the high-pitched stuff comes on. 15-6. Back in. 3K leads for Cyberium, and they're ready to make a play. They're coming in with the smoke. As you mentioned, you know, Chrono's down. They want to go. They want to go whilst it's not going to be there. And down bottom, they're not going to be able to find the two of them. So bad. And Lightless out at the moment. Lightless keeping himself in the tree. Sam's in. Excellent jump there. Finding the Phoenix. Seeing some lovely blink hoof stomps from Sam this game. Whether it be the initiations or the counter plays, he's consistently getting the catches.
There's no Chrono for quite some time, so they should just try to avoid a team fight. I don't think you defend this tier 2 tower. It seems like a freebie. Troll getting some stacks, plus a siege creep unit. They still use the glyph. They want to bring that catapult down.
Haste lays waste.
We'll see if they're going to do anything about it. I mean, they look to be just trying to go for the trade. At least that top tier 2. Starting to get hit by the creeps.
That kind of feels like a wasted glyph, to be honest. Like, your tower's going to fall anyway. You maybe delay the push for 5 seconds. How much gold did you get out of the map because you farmed for 5 seconds more? I don't think it's really worth it.
Yeah. And even with that split pressure top, not quite able to find the trade either, so Cyberium is continuing to extend their advantage. Smiling Knight after the Manta, so going for that Manta Diffusal build.
I'd still prefer if he gets something like Heaven's Halberd, because they have a lot of burst damage, and that's gonna give him like a status resistance on top of that, disarm against the troll, and then he can get like another damage item. Because this way, you're just Chronosphere. Like, you're itemizing to deal damage inside a Chrono, and that's it. But if you can keep fighting after the Chrono, like one of the reasons why top tier teams are itemizing Faceless Void differently nowadays.
There we go, bottom lane and mid lane starting to shove in. S and Y done on top of the Diffusal, so we're going to have a very strong troll here from Little Pleb in the fights. Empire, they've still got that Wombo. Can they actually find the chance to use it down bottom? They're hunting for Lightless. Lightless, the blink's back up in a second. He's not going to get the chance to use it. Whoa! Don't put that one in the highlights.
It's called Hoof Stomp because of the reason, you know, you remove the H and it's Oof Stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to turn into Keyboard Stomp as Sam has a bit of a smash. So, yeah, not getting the combo there. Lightless able to fly away.
I mean, sometimes playing it simple is the best thing you can do. Like, they try to go for 200 IQ play. I'm gonna hoof stomp while you're channeling that telekinesis, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, who's getting the blame there? You blame the Rubik or you blame the Centaur?
Centaur for sure. Like, you just have to wait. Or you can blame the ping.
Yes. Yeah, we did have a pause, so maybe, yeah, ping is definitely an acceptable target to blame. Eknot, this time, will go down, not tanky enough to withstand the damage of the 4 of them. And down bottom, they're going to come over with the TPs, and Sam, nice jump this time round, able to get himself over the Fire Spirit, and on top of the Phoenix. Bounty runes up. Maybe a little bit of a bait, see if Lightless steps forward for this one. Won't be the case. Lightless is out of there. Sam, maybe seeing if he can get the stomp, even if he does. Oh, he might be able to cancel the TP. No, he stopped moving. If he kept moving a little further, he would have found him. He would have found him, but...
Because he just clicked in the lane, and that's why his hero stopped. So far, Oracle's positioning was good. Now, not as great, so he's gonna die. This is the target that Empire needs to take out.
There is a chrono, though. This Smiling Knight wants to try and turn on this, but with the ghosts out, he doesn't. He's going to let Mastermind go. His Midas, oh, he needs to use it. He needs to use his Midas. Oh, don't die with the Midas unused. Oh, no. The Midas.
Chrono and Midas.
Oh, Shashlo's going to save him. Comes in with a blink call. The ghosts have come to an end. As Mastermind, left behind by the rest of his team, he'll fall. Lightless trying to charge forward, seeing if he can catch anything more. As the Midas will get popped.
I'd still prefer if he just uses Time Walk to the side on a neutral camp and uses Midas instead of going for a kill.
That's true. I mean, there were so many heroes there. You know, they didn't need the Void. Should have worked on that efficiency. Make sure that Midas didn't remain off cooldown any longer. A bit of a punchback from Empire, and not having to use the Chronosphere. It's still there. Interesting note as well, we did go up to 8 people, now we're back down to 5. Maybe some people did it and they're like, I'm getting a refund. Okay, it worked. We made the caster's comment on it. I want the money back. In the river. Alright, Empire starting to make some sweet moves. They're, so the gank squad's online. They're moving around as 5. Starting to take back a bit of control of this game.
So he actually decided to go for Diffusal Blade. It's an extra slow, like mana burn at this point is really not that great. You're getting it 27 minutes in. The stats is okay, but still would prefer something different.
Little pleb. He wants to get in on this. Oh, Smiling Knight's going to jump forward with the Time Walk. They're going to commit onto the Death Prophet. Chrono's down as well, but the False Promise is there.
Just change the target.
They're going to go for this troll. They'll get him easily. They turn over towards the Oracle now as well. Pubba will go down. Double kill for Smiling Knight. He's charging him for more. Mastermind's up to the high ground. He'll escape. Yeah, Empire, their team fight starting to look pretty hot. There is a stolen Chrono, though. We'll see if Biker can come up with some hype plays. I mean, pretty much throughout the game, he's 9-1-6 on the Rubik. It's been very, very strong. Gonna see a jump, though.
Where's the Chrono?
Where is it? Where is it? He's silenced at the moment. He can't drop it. The Sonic Wave pushing back. The 2 of them. There's the Chrono. It does get the 3 of them.
Steals the Sonic Wave on top of that.
Oh.
This is the Queen of Pain, though.
Well, he does. He does hit Eknart. Doesn't seem to matter, though. The Sunray is healing him back up. Mastermind has got any further burst to kill Eknart. He hasn't. Eknart's out with the Glimmer Cape. He'll live.
Rubik is doing so much.
He's trying.
Cyberium Seed, but the rest of the team, they're not on the same level as he is. Also, they don't have that much damage to throw inside of Chronosphere. Like, that Prophet ulti needs to, you know, already be out if they want to get the most out of it.
Roshan's up, and so are the Ghosts for Mastermind. So Cyberium could look to try for that, whilst they know there's no Chrono. They're going to look to hunt the Smiling Knight. Do they get the jump? They do. Sam. In with the Who Stomp. They're able to pick him up. Do they have enough burst into the silence? Smiling Knight's able to take it off. Further Yule set up into the root of Pubba. Cyberium very well coordinated there between the 4 of them. They needed everything. And everything they did have to kill that Void. Now they'll turn into the pit. They won't even need to use the Ghost. With the damage of this troll, they should be able to take this one pretty solidly.
That's going to be Cheese and Aegis. I believe you give your troll Aegis and that Prophet Cheese. Also, a lot of armor build on Mastermind's Dead Prophet. Like, he has a Lotus Orb going for Shiva's next. That's interesting. Like, whenever you're playing against these Vombo combos, like Initiation that's going to just bring you down from 100 to 0 very quickly, you might want to get E on this, but this game you have Oracle, so I don't know.
And because it's not like it's a lot of physical damage from Empire, is it?
I mean, they have, what, some pure damage coming out from Sonic Wave. They have pure damage from Impetus. Faceless Void deals physical damage. That's pretty much it.
That's it. That's all you're buying the armor against. I guess obviously the other elements of the Shiva's Guard and Lotus are nice. The slow from the active and the dispel also very useful. Shashlo, is he really away from this? He is. He's out of there. Same time down bottom. Lightless. He's not going to get out. They'll be able to nuke him. Do you think in that kill, could the Death Prophet have run over him with the Stampede? Would it have been enough damage?
Probably. I was very close.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't do the math, Owen, but just by the feeling, I'm going to say yes. So Rubik's still keeping that Sonic Waves, going for Aghanim Scepter as the next item.
Oh, and can they burst this?
Yes, they can. Purge it off.
What else has he got? He's got 8-1 charges. Will 8-10 be enough? He's very tanky.
Just body blocker to death.
They can't kill him. Too tanky.
Ice Frog. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Axe is getting closer to his BKB, which means that he doesn't have to care about pretty much any of the spells. Besides that Prophet ulti, can easily just jump in. Because he died a couple of times, his BKB timing is really delayed this game.
Yeah, his game has certainly taken the biggest hit out of the cores. You can see that Void still at the top with that help of the Midas. And right behind him, all 3 cores of Cyberium Seed. In a very nice position. Paladin Sword, that'll be a juicy one for the Void to grab if he wishes to do so. Down bottom, Shashlo. Another death there on him, being caught out quite a few times. Over towards mid, jump in with a Who Stomp. There's the Stampede to bring Mastermind in.
She's not getting out of this.
Very hard to play your way out of this as a co-op with the Yules. There's always going to be that catch from Pubba on the way down.
We've seen this a minute ago. Exact same thing happened. Now Sam knocking on your tier 3 tower. He also has a bunch of armor. Solar Crest, Faceless Void.
The wrap. Can he wrap this
push
against the Ghost? He's going to try.
I believe the answer is no. If you want to win the game.
They're going to need him back. I mean, he's got Chronosphere. They need the Void back home. Void, hello. He's going to get the tier 3.
Do the dial-up sound again. Call him.
Come on, ring the Void. Void, your base. I mean, they've just lost mid-melee. They're going to lose bottom. They need a Chrono. They come back.
He's going for that range rack.
Okay. Okay, now he's going to come back.
This is it. That's the plan.
All right. As you said, he got the range racks. But they did. They lost the full melee racks. Oh, that's a good Chrono. Is there follow-up?
Stolen one.
Oh, and it's going to stop the Phoenix. There's no chance of an X. Shashto tries to come in with the call, but the false promise, it's already out on the Death Prophet. Finally, the ult comes out.
That's a big Sonic Wave.
Sweeps through all of them, pushes them back. The Death Prophet pretty much back up to full HP now. Smiling Light turns over towards him, has to jump out with the time. What the 3-man silence is there. Lil Pleb coming in with a battle chance. The Roots there onto the Phoenix. They take him out.
Buyback from Rubik.
Buyback as well from Shashlo.
Man. Faceless Void, he needs to be careful. Like, you need to pop that time dilation after using Chronosphere. Otherwise, Rubik is going to get it. And the Rubik solo-handedly stopped the full combo. You know, Phoenix would use ulti straight away.
Yeah. No, yeah, that could definitely have gone a whole lot worse. We saw already, like, pretty much a 4-man Sonic Wave coming out from the Quap. I mean, if that was there with a successful Supernova at the start, then very likely Cyberium would have been maybe even wiped by the full team fight. But yeah, Biker on the Rubik just able to put a stop to that initial play.
Only 30 seconds left on Aegis. Cheese was already used in the previous fight, so that Roshan that they got, they did not really achieve much with it. I mean, they got a couple of pickoffs, delaying that BKB on Axe once again. He has 6 deaths. That's quite a lot. Our analysts are coming back. Seems like they think the game is over, but they are wrong.
Shashlo. He's got the 3 of them behind him. He's going to try and jump up for the Rubik, but Rubik just quick with the reaction, lifts up Smiling Knight. Stolen Time Walk jumps away. They do get the Diffusal slow upon him, but he's able to take it off with the Manta. There's Mastermind in from the side. Can he get any catch? Won't be the case. Empire's all out of there. But they have got the Ghosts, and they have got the Creep Waves coming in bottom. They're ready to try and push again. Still not not quite back up the Chronosphere and the Supernova and that Sonic Wave. And Cyberium know this. They're going to push in whilst the ults aren't ready for Empire. That'll mean a very easy second set of racks taken out by Cyberium. Still got the tier 2 to worry about up top if they want to go for more. Smoke is there from Empire. Chronosphere, the only missing piece that they don't have at the moment. 25 seconds without it. Everything else is up. A TP in front of the noses of Empire will instantly get stopped there as they walk up, Yule's up Mastermind. They've got to be a little careful, Cyberium. About 10 seconds till Chrono.
Axe is ready to go. Smoked up. Smoke's actually gonna run out in a couple of seconds. Scan. Connect, so they know something is up. They have a sentry ward on that hill. It's very important to have it. Otherwise, I've seen so many teams, especially tier 2, tier 3 teams, just losing the game because they don't have the vision and they still keep fighting on that high ground.
There we go. Can they find this big old wombo combo of a team fight that they've drafted, Empire? They need it. They're 13k down, 2 sets of racks taken away from them in the last few minutes. They've got to strike back hard now if they want to hold on in this game 1.
There's no vision for both of the teams. They have 2 observer boards combined.
He's going to jump.
Void's in.
He's into the middle of them, but the Whostomp's there. Supernova comes down. He's just going to die. The Glimmer Cape, they try and save him, but they cannot do so. Void is out. Buys back straight away. The Supernova stun hits onto Little Pleb and the Death Prophet, but they don't care. Shashlo's jumped into his death. So bad has to TP out. Jump forward from Biker as the Rubik lifts up Lightless. They'll kill the Queen of Pain as well. Eknut, will he get away? He'll be able to. But still, the big kills. All 3 cores of Empire getting killed off there. Buyback from Smiling Knight, allowing him to stand into the game, but Lightless and Shashlo, they're out for a minute. They do not have buyback available. Of course, Shashlo's still on cooldown, and Lightless, he just didn't save up for it. He's about 1,000 gold short. Cyberium, they're going to be able to clean up the 3rd set of racks and maybe even just take the game here. Full of pistols done on the Troll, and they've got their Ghost ready.
Troll's going to go in. Whenever he sees a hero, he's just going to go in and jump on him, try to erase him from the game. There's no buybacks, as you said. The only hero with the buyback right now is that they're just going to call it.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, they know at this point, there's no turning this one around. GG is called. Cyberium will take this game 1. And looking pretty nice across the board. The draft really did work out. We saw this sort of team fight that they were trying to go for, Empire.